Working across teams is tough, but Asana helps you handle it. That's because
All right, all right. What up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Curated Topics brought to you by Curated Sense LLC. We struggle streaming tonight, y'all. What's up with y'all? I hope everybody's having a great weekend. Happy Sunday, everybody. It's Sunday night. We are in the studio over here just chilling. I said I'm going to start doing lives every time I get over the next 100 subscribers. So we over 700, y'all. I am actually at like 755, something like that. I appreciate you all. Hold on, I gotta, give you the salute. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everybody who is subscribing. That really tells me that y'all are enjoying the content, but also it's relating to people. So excuse me, I appreciate you all. Thank you once again. We're going to have some fun here this evening. We're going to talk about some things. I got a couple of different things like motivationally to react to, but I also have some funny stuff as well. But we're going to start it off how we always do. Candle of the evening. I actually have 6 candles. I'm not going to share all 6 because some of them are the same, but I have 3 different kinds. Shout out to my auntie. She supported her brother as she always does, so I appreciate you, auntie. But we did these in the little Modelo bottles. So I'm gonna start here first. We have this right here. This you can't really see the color all like that, but it's a little Modelo bottle. It's kind of like light blue. This scent, let me give it a smell. Hold on. Oh my goodness, it's so flowery and floral. It is called Flower Bomb, and this scent right here. Let me tell y'all, man. First of all, like, I'm really hitting on the scents, but second of all, this scent right here is so potent. It's a combination of florals. So it's got like gardenia, lilac, and rose, and some other florals incorporated, and it's all mixed together specifically to just create a super floral aroma, very clean aroma. So you can take this with you to the restroom, you know what I'm saying? But also it helps freshen up the home. It keeps everything nice. It keeps your home smelling like a home and not just like you just walked into some random old house. It actually creates a nice environment. So that's one. Number two, we got this in the same little Modelo bottle. Now my aunt, she took advantage of the 6-pack deal that I had going, and that was 6 for $50. But this right here, what's the smell? Now that is kind of sweeter smell. That right there is called Diva. I've actually had a couple of people be interested in this scent as of late. It is a perfume scent, but it's also a relaxation scent. So it's fruity and floral, and it has a little bit of spicy notes to add to it. It kind of helps make it comforting, makes it relaxing and stuff like that. But it's going to be a perfume scent, but it's a very dynamic scent, very, very dynamic, very feminine, all of that. But it smells really good. It smells really good. I would put one in my house, like just in the living room or something. All right, and then the last but not least, got that right there. That's a little pink color. And what's the? It smells so good. That is the rose petal, and you can guess what that smells like. It smells like roses, but this one is very, very potent. Once again, another floral scent. My aunt loves the floral, so I had to hook her up. Had to get her on together. So I hope she enjoys it. I'm about to take these over to her way. But yeah. So those are the scents we got. Make sure you check us out, curatedScentsLLC.com, and go ahead and get you one. Now the holiday sale ended tonight. That's all right. More sales are coming. You can still hop in and get you some if you are interested. Take advantage. Check us out. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. You will not be disappointed. I promise. So let's start it off. I want to start off first. It was a hectic week, y'all. It was a hectic week. I had a lot. So that's why I didn't put out a video on Monday. I actually was making candles Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I made some Monday because I got a large order over the weekend, so I had to make sure those got out. So I made some Monday evening, sent those out. Then one of my cousins hit me up. He wanted to get some for the holiday, so I had to rush and make his on Tuesday. Shout out to him because he actually sent me a video. Now, this is over on our Instagram page at curated_scents_LLC. Go check it out. It is on our Instagram story. He already put a little promotional video out for it. So, hey, shout out to my cousin. I appreciate that. Appreciate the support. So that's what I was doing during the beginning of the week. And then, I've been doing my networking series. Well, in the next coming video, I'm going to talk about marketing and some other things because they all kind of tie together. Why am I saying that now? Because I was doing my nightly marketing and I messaged another podcast that is local to Cleveland. Shout out to the Here We Go Brownies podcast. But I reached out to them, asked them, hit them with my regular old marketing spiel. Hey, do you all like candles? Here's what we do, such and so forth. And they responded back like, oh, yeah, we love candles. I'll check out your website. I'm interested in these types of scents. And, if you wouldn't mind, bring some by to our holiday event that we're having. We're having a holiday event at a local bar. We're going to be doing things downstairs. We got some activities planned. And, we would love it if you could put together a gift basket for a silent auction that we're hosting. So that was how I spent my Wednesday. I was getting the candles prepared for this silent auction, and it was actually a really good time. When I got there, I really didn't know what to expect. I thought I was just going to be dropping the stuff off and, then I was going to go about my way, but they invited me to stay. I got to hang out. I met a couple of people, got to do a little bit of networking. And it was just an all in all good event. I actually won a couple prizes from the auction, so that was cool. I was glad that people didn't beat me out, because some of that stuff was nice. Like, some of the stuff I got was nice. I now actually have some Browns apparel because of that, and some like different items and things like that I can put up in my house. But I'm gonna put them up once we start winning. Once we start winning, that's when I'll put them up for real, for real. But you know what I mean. We were having a good time. We were enjoying ourselves. Everything was going well. So I took that opportunity to use it to network, and it worked out. I got a couple of new followers on my Instagram. I did get a chance to talk with one of the hosts of the podcast. He said, we're going to, hit me up in the background. So I got some following up to do. Remember, I had that video about following up, but I got some following up to do. So I'm going to follow up with him, and then we're going to, put some things in the works. He's very interested in what I'm doing. He's very interested in getting some candles, and they like the gift basket. So, that just goes to show you, hey, keep it consistent, keep putting in the work, keep reaching out to people. You never know who's going to rock with you. You never know. And if I hadn't have taken that chance, that never would have happened. So you got to make sure you risk it for yourself, invest in yourself, put in the time, put in the effort, and just, put yourself out there. So that's what I was doing all throughout the week. That's why I didn't get a chance to really do any videos. I am going to do a lot of videos over the next coming probably 2 weeks or so, because I have some time off with the holidays and things like that. We're going to be getting some things done. We are going to be getting some things done. Now, let me check on the stream, because I just saw some things in the background and it's making me a little nervous. I think it might have skipped back a little bit. I am going to, if I have some connectivity issues, I am going to re-release this as a recorded video. Also, so I can edit out some of the ums and all of that, but also just so I can throw some things in. And I really want you all to get the whole video, so I don't want it to just be, chopped and screwed and, skipping ahead and all of that, because let's get on to some reactions. Now, bear with me, y'all. I've been working on it. Last time I was struggle streaming hard. Pause. I was struggle streaming bad. And, you can see my whole desktop and all of that. I've been working on it. So shout out to my homie, Aaron Animal. He taught me a few things. I learned how to, go to just my screen or just the window that I want and all of that. So bear with me. I'm going to get some things set up in the background, and then I'll be back. We'll do a couple reactions. All right. I will be right back. Alright, so this is the first video that I wanted to react to, simply because I'm not a big Pop and Lock In fan. But first of all, shout out to this song. This beat is fire. This beat is crazy, and it's really reminiscent of, that LA style. that just, I'm in a old school Chevy driving around with the top down, spokes on the wheels, all that. I love this beat. This beat is crazy, it's wild, it's fun. And they having fun, so shout out to them. I don't know who any of these people are, but they are having fun. My homie in the black suit killing it. They all got suits on. Like I'm feeling the vibe. I'm feeling the whole vibe. I really like the white suit. I can never pull that off. But they having fun. They doing a good job. So I wanted to start it off with something light, something slight, something light like that. And yeah. I just think it's cool. Now, can I lose like that? Absolutely not. I wish I could. But they really killing it. Alright. I'm going to get on to the next one.
Authorities responded this past weekend to a break-in at a...
No, not that one. All right, this one right here, this is just simply a picture. But it's really telling to me. I relate to this a lot. Whenever I'm in a bad mood, I don't know about y'all, but whenever I'm in a bad mood, I'm really just trying to be by myself and listen to some music. And to be quite honest with you, I think music really can increase any type of mood, first of all. But second of all, it can really pull you out of a bad mood. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can be in a bad mood, and then that one song comes on where it either helps you relieve stress or helps you get over something, or it just brightens your day. So I saw that. I really relate to it. And, music is something that really helped my life, especially when it was in the dark, if you know what I mean. And so I saw this and made me feel good, and I thought, hey, I'm gonna share it with y'all too. So that's another one that I thought, hey, this gotta go up here. Yo, I am struggle streaming for real, y'all, but that is okay. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is sports related. I usually try to save the sports for my recorded videos, but this one I kind of got to talk about, right? It's this right here.
Oh, I done had it with the Clippers now. Y'all gonna send the best Clipper y'all ever had home and not let him finish his last year. We remember what you did to Clipper Darrell.
Really
now you're doing this to Chris Paul. Okay, we playing games. Take y'all asses home then. Go back to Buffalo. Yeah, we don't want you here. Yeah, I'm sorry, Bomber. I know you just bought this team and you got all the money. Take your asses back to Buffalo. We don't want you in Los Angeles. The only reason you have fans here is because you got 1980 sex worker prices. Yeah.
Now, shout out to Gil. Shout out to Gilbert Arenas. Gilbert is funny, man. And if you've ever watched his podcast, they be wilding over there. They will be wilding over there. But Gilbert is absolutely right. I think it is kind of crazy about the fact that they really let Chris Paul go like that. Okay, so let me set the scene. Some of you all might not watch basketball. Some of you all might not be up on the latest of what's been going on in that situation. So Chris Paul, he's been in the league for like 20 years, I want to say. I think this is his 21st year, maybe. He's about to retire. He announced that he's going to retire after this season. He said this is his last season. He's hanging it up after that, and he's going to retire. He deserves all the flowers that good career. He's had a very productive career. I think he's only missed the playoffs like a few times, and really, he will go down ultimately as seen as being a journeyman because he has been on a lot of teams, but every team that he has been on, for the most part, he has added value to, and he has really helped level that team up. Aside from like when he spent time on Golden State, I didn't like that move, but that's neither here nor there. Chris Paul really deserves all the flowers, especially from the Clippers. Now, most people either know Chris Paul from his time in New Orleans when they were the New Orleans Hornets, or they know him from when he went to the Clippers and he was in LA. He turned that team into a perennial playoff team. And they were really only like one game away from making it to the finals, I believe. I think they made the Western Conference Finals, and then they ended up losing to that Golden State team, which was amazing. So you can't be mad at Chris Paul's career. He also played in Houston with James Harden. They were one game away from making it to the Western Conference Finals. Now, who did they play? They played that Golden State team that had Kevin Durant on it. Now, come on now. You take Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and Kevin Durant to 7 games, and it's just you and James Harden. Now, James Harden did all the heavy lifting, but Chris Paul was a humongous factor on that team. And they didn't. So it's like he really produced for that team. He also made it to a finals with Phoenix. So each team that he has been on, he has helped and added value to that team. He almost won, he didn't almost win MVP, but he was in the running for MVP when he was sent to Oklahoma City because he helped turn them into a surprising playoff team. So he announces his retirement, right? All right, he gets welcomed back by the Clippers. And I'd probably say in like 2 weeks, maybe not even a month. Maybe a month tops. They say they're going to let him go? What? Even Paul Pierce got a farewell tour when he was playing with them. Like, what are you talking about? This is Chris Paul. This is the person who helped build your franchise into what it is now. Otherwise, y'all were just known for losing. Y'all were known for... who did you have before Chris Paul? You had Blake Griffin for like a year. And they did Blake Griffin dirty too. I don't like it. I don't like the way that Clippers organization is handling this situation. I don't think that Chris Paul deserves that. Now, I'm not the biggest Chris Paul fan, but he did more for your team and for that organization than he deserves just by getting kicked off the team. And then I don't even think he found out in like the greatest of ways. I think he found out via the internet. That's crazy. That's like a girl who like breaks up with you through a text. Like, what is that? That is whack. I'm not with it. So I hope Chris Paul lands on his feet. I hope he either goes back to New Orleans, or even if he goes like back to Houston or something, one of the teams where he really produced a lot of value, and they just, okay, look, this your last year, so we're going to give you the farewell tour that he deserves. I mean, he's been in the league 20 years. 20 years. Brought the, how do you do that to him? I'm not with it. I'm not the big, especially after seeing all the things that went down with the previous owner, where he made all those slavery comments and all of that. That organization has lost it for me. They have just lost it for me. I think the Clippers are the new team where you go to for your career to end up to be nothing. And if I'm gonna be honest with you, that's kind of how they always been. I ain't never seen I saw the Clippers in the playoffs when they had Chris Paul. When they didn't have Chris Paul, they weren't there. So that tells you everything right there. They need to do something because they treating him dirty. They are treating him dirty. All right, but let's move on. I'm going to cue up the next one right quick, and I'll be right back. Okay. So this right here. This is a video of the new Tesla. The Robo van. Now, I don't know how many of y'all saw iRobot. Shout out to Will Smith. But don't this look like the iRobot van that was carrying all them robots before they went and attacked Will Smith? I don't know how I like this, man. I do not know how I like this. First of all, the look. I don't really like the look like that either. Like, it looks like Attack of the Drones. Like, it looked like it. I don't know. I'm not with it. You know, when Tesla first came out, I was a little skeptical, but I was like, you know, you can use electricity. You don't need to pay for gas all like that. And then I drove a Tesla. Now, I'm not going to lie. When I drove the Tesla, I was like, yeah, I'm with it. I rock with this car. It speeds up quick. I can chill. You know, you can put it on the like cruise control autopilot thing, and you can kind of, now that part makes me a little nervous, but you can do it. So it's just like it's all of the things that you want because you can do it. But at the same time, I still want to have the control of being able to drive it. Now, when I look at this, I'm like, where the seatbelts at? Where the I don't know. Bus with no driver, and it's giving me that Titanic submarine vibes, but on land. I don't really trust it. I don't like the way the headlights look. I'm cool. And I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw it, when I very first saw this video, it reminded me of that scene from iRobot, and I cannot get that out of my head. I just can't. So y'all tell me what y'all think, but I'm not with it. I am cool on that. I'm cool on it. All right, I'm gonna queue up the next one. Now, I did a video last time where I showed a teacher, and she was, you know, teaching students and showing them how to sound their letters out and stuff like that. Well, we got another teaching video, y'all. And
Timber, how would you like to be greeted this morning? Again. Go,
in
Timber.
this video,
Go, Timber.
the teacher stands outside.
Good morning. Good morning, Jana. How would you like to be greeted? Go, Jana.
Chance to, struggle streaming, y'all. But you also give them a chance to figure out ways to adjust they might be groggy, they might be irritable, they might be, you never know. And I think this is a way to help them become more self-aware, but also, you know, what is it that is going to cheer them up and cheer them up the right way? You know, all those sorts of things. And it just creates positivity. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, I wish some of my teachers would have did that, because now I'm not the biggest, like, you know, oh, I need a hug type of person, but I might have wanted to, you know, dance a little bit before I go into class, or just, you know, any little thing helps. And I just think that was very creative of this teacher. Shout out to this teacher. I don't know what her name is or anything like that, but shout out to you, ma'am, because you are helping in a way that most people wouldn't see. You know what I mean? And so I hope that she does get her flowers for that, because you never know what type of effect that will have on a young student. That might encourage them to go and become a teacher. They might do the same thing. That might encourage them to have an activity that they do when they become parents. It might be that coping mechanism for them when they're going through a tough time. Any of those things. But shout out to her. She really doing it. She really showing that, you know, good teachers still do exist, and that she cares about the well-being of her students. So shout out to her. I thought that was a great little thing. And yeah, now I got to get on to another sports video.
They teach the game in
Europe.
Europe.
I know Dr. Naismith's relatives will get mad at me. How about that ankle breaker by Gieler? Whoops.
Did y'all see that? I mean, knee bent.
That is an ankle breaker, not an
bent,
ankle
something
breaker.
crazy.
They teach the game in
I
Europe.
I know
his
Dr.
ankles
Naismith's
are
relatives will
okay,
get mad at me.
Buddy,
How about that ankle breaker by Gieler? Whoops.
that was an amputation. That was woo.
That is an ankle.
Y'all ever seen Paperclip back? That's what just happened to my boy. Ooh, we get better soon, brother, because that was rough. And you know, this is like the downside of like social media and everything being captured on camera. Everybody saw that. Everybody saw that. Not just the people in the stands. Everybody saw that. And this is one of them things where, like, you know, back in the day, that would have been a story. So it would have been, you know, at the end, it would have been, you just had to be there. Well, guess what? It's on camera and everybody's there and we all saw it. Your ankles got broke, bruh. I didn't even see the result of the shot. I was just more concerned about Buddy's leg because I know it hurt the next day. His leg was mad at him. His coach was mad at him. His teammate. You ain't living that one down, brother. You ain't not living that one down. Hey, well, good luck to you. Ooh-wee. That was a cross too. That was a good crossover. All right, I'm gonna get on to the next one. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna go and find it. So I'll be right back. We struggle streaming, y'all. All right, we back. So
A record producer in LA said, most musicians don't fail because they're bad. They fail because their nervous system can't survive the industry. He said the biggest myth in music is that success depends on exposure. No, he said, it depends on whether your body can handle being unseen longer than you expected. The ability to create when numbers drop, to write when no one cares, to perform after rejection number 47.
Or 447.
Yeah, 4,047. He said 90% of rising artists crumble not from hate, but from the invisible weight of being ignored.
Yeah, you left Earth right there.
He revealed the real industry filter. Consistency under emotional pressure. Not talent, not looks, not luck. Just the ability to keep creating without collapsing into comparison, self-doubt, or the terror of being, quote unquote, too late. Most artists don't lose their dream, he said. They lose their self-trust. He ended with a line that felt like a punch. Your biggest enemy isn't the industry. It's the version of you that believes you're running out of time. He is killing.
Now, I want to talk about that right quick because this relates to not only music, but really a lot of things in general. You know, a lot of times we stop chasing our dreams because we don't see the success right away. And I think that is the crux of what they're talking about here. It's like, okay, yeah, you can put out a hot song, you can put out something of quality, and then you might not get the result that you thought you were going to get. But can you weather that storm? You know what I'm saying? Like, can you keep it going? And that's the part of consistency that a lot of us need to realize. You have to do something not simply because, oh, you just want to be a success. You have to do something knowing the fact that it's going to take some time. you're not going to get to superstardom on your first try. Your first try actually might be a failure. Let me tell you, the first candle that I ever made, like myself, it was not that good. It was not that good. You know, I thought I knew what I was doing. I had bought the oil that I needed. I had the wax, and I weighed the wax out. I took my time. I put the oil in very carefully and all of this. And, you know, I let it sit just how it was supposed to, pulled it out, all of that. And I looked at the candle and I was like, all right, I hope it's good. And I went to go and light it, and I lit it, and I couldn't smell nothing. I couldn't smell nothing. And I was like, well, what happened? Like, I put some oil in there. Like, why isn't it, smelling the room up? Well, it was because I did not think about the ratio of how much oil I would need versus how much wax I was using. And, all of this is a learning process. And that's how it goes in life. That's how it goes with whatever it is you're trying to do. But like my first candle, it was not good. It was not good at all. And the problem that I had was when I made my first candle, I made a whole batch of them. So I had a whole batch that was not that good. And I'm like, well, I spent the money to make them. They need to be good. So, here it is. I'm trying to sell them off, and I'm just like, I can't even do that. So I had to start over. A lot of people, they see that first failure as discouraging, and it's really not. It's just your opportunity to learn a lesson. Okay, hey, I need to see, is this the right amount? And then don't commit to it until don't commit to making this candle until it's right. You know what I mean? Don't commit to producing something until you know you have it right. Now, shout out to my homie Mecca. She has a show on YouTube where she does live reactions of different artists and things like that, and she focuses mainly on underground artists. So I tune into her show. I try to tune in to each episode. I've missed a couple, but that's neither here nor there. We were listening to somebody who was putting out music and things like that, and the entire group was like, nah, bro, this ain't it. This is not good. Like, and the artist kind of took offense to what we were trying to say. And sometimes it can be brutal honesty, but at the same time, we were trying to share things of value. We were trying to share some game with them so that they understood, like, now we're not trying to attack you or anything, but like, you got to fix some things. First of all, the mixing wasn't that great. Then it was like the lyrics, half the lyrics you couldn't hear because it sounded like the dude was mumbling. But also it was like he made the lyrics first without really considering the beat, or he did it with no beat. And so then when you go to put the beat on top of the lyrics, it didn't sound good because it didn't sound like it matched up at all. So there were all these types of things that needed to be corrected, right? And I think one of my comments was, and this was just a general statement because it was one of those type of nights where you didn't hear a whole lot of good things. And my thing was, okay, are artists doing this, or are they trying to do this in one singular take and then putting it out? And that's it. We have kind of lost the art of the rough draft. You go through first, you get all your ideas out, you say what you got to say, but then you go back and you refine it. You know what I mean? Like, you go back and you redo some things. You go back, you tweak some things, you fix things. Really listen to it. And then you take your rough draft and you give it to somebody else so that they can look at it and give you some tips, give you some notes and things like that. Don't just put something out just to put it out, because then you're opening yourself up to all sorts of criticism, all sorts of other things, and you might be expecting success, and then you don't get it, and then you also don't know why you're not getting it, and then you get discouraged. That's not what you want. So we have kind of lost that art of that, because it's like we just want to put stuff out there, and then it's just automatically good. It's good because I did it. No, you can be one of the best rappers in the world. You can be, you can be Lil Wayne. I guarantee you Lil Wayne at least sits with a beat before he starts just rapping on it. He at least sits with it. Now, he might not write anymore. He says he doesn't write his raps, but he will at least sit with the beat. You could be Eminem. Eminem says he does a lot of his stuff in one take, but I guarantee you he sits with the beat and at least writes something. Look at Kendrick. Kendrick will go into a room, cut all the lights off, sit in the corner, put the beat on in headphones, and go and write a masterpiece. And you wonder how he did it. But he's not just, doing something one time and then not making sure it's perfect. He's not doing something one time and then just, all right, I'm just going to throw it out there. No, that's not how it works. And then on top of that, if you look at all these guys' careers who I just named, some of their early they got to success. It wasn't just, okay, I put my first song out and I'm successful. And, in terms of what this clip was saying, a lot of people think that if they just keep putting stuff out, they're going to be successful. Well, if you keep putting out trash, you just got a lot of trash. You want to make sure that what you're putting out is good, and then you be consistent. Okay, you get the process down to make sure that it's good. In my particular example, I had to make sure that my candles smelled good, and you could actually smell what I was putting in them. You could smell the oils and all of that. Pause. That other part was crazy, but after that, okay, I got it to where it's good. Took some trial and error, but I got it to where it's good. Now I have to have reproducibility, which means I have to make it good more than once. And then that leads to consistency. So that's how you're going to get to success. You're not getting there just, hey, I put out 15 tracks, all trash. No. You might get famous for having trash, but no. That's not what you want. All right, let's go on to the next one. I'm struggle streaming, y'all. Struggle streaming. All right, I'm gonna do some music right quick. So, shout out to this guy. This guy's a piano player, and he is pretty dope. I've never seen anybody do this with a piano either. Like reach inside and mute the strings while they play. This is dope. After watching this video, I definitely hopped on Buddy's Apple Music account and I added this little artist because he is crazy. Turn up. I love when they pay into people's faces. Because I don't think this audience was ready. They were not ready for this. They were expecting some classical. Hey, he busted out this. my boy is playing. Hey, can I get a hand clap there? Shout out, my boy is playing that thing. All right. So, a lot of y'all didn't know this about me. I actually used to play piano. I am not good. I'm not that good. I can't do none of that. I can't do none of what he just did. But when I was in like 4th or 5th grade, I started playing piano, and I probably played a little bit before that. We had a piano in my grandmother's house as I was growing up, and I used to try and play songs by ear and all of that. And then so I actually started taking piano lessons. And you know, y'all know I love music. Y'all know I do the album of the week and all of that. But a lot of times in my videos, I'm talking about a lot of rap music or R&B or something like that. Well, I actually grew up on jazz and classical music. That was what I was really introduced to in like early 90s R&B and stuff like that. So I love a lot of music with instruments and all of that. And I just love watching people play. Like watching people play live is so much different than like listening to it on the radio or something like that. So when I came across this video, I was like, oh man, my boy is going crazy. I would love to see him live in person. And he actually reminds me of another pianist who I saw live. And he's from, I don't remember what country he's from. He's from a different country, but I saw talented musicians, period. But my boy was playing on that thing. He was playing that piano. Okay. He did a good job. So shout out to him. I don't know if y'all saw his little thing in the video. But check him out if you are on Apple Music. His name is Levi Scott or something like that. Check him out. His album that he did is pretty cool. It is pretty cool. I feel like somebody could rap to some of his piano playing, and it would be a real shout out. The next one is a freestyle. It's a little snippet of a freestyle from my homegirl Mecca. So I'm always gonna try to put her in some of these videos because we're trying to get her famous. She needs to be famous. And when you get famous, Mecca, let me hold $1. I'm just playing. But shout out to Mecca. We're gonna play this little snippet right here. That ain't it. There we go.
On 5. Yeah. Game over. I got a bone to pick with you. Ain't talking clavicle. Think it's humorous now, but I'm telling you, it won't be when these knuckles hit your mandible. Listen, don't ever think that you intangible, nigga. That's when the guy that come and toss you. Go fish your posture. Cause talk around will get you rocked like Chris at the Oscars. Hit them up. This more than the basics. No, this more like the bases. Building from the basement. The top so close can taste it. Lighting them up. I know the truth is blunt, don't wanna face it. But you gon' have to face this. Embrace it. Game over. Red rum, red roses, it's done, it's over. They don't stand a chance with this pen and my holster. Pull up, cop back, shoot the 6, no revolver. Run out, then reload, or we loaded. It's that red rum, red roses, it's done, it's over. They don't stand a chance with this pen and my holster. Pull up, cop back, shoot the 6, no revolver. Ooh!
Hey, shout out. So that need to be a song. I think that was hard. That need to be a whole song. I need like 2 more verses. I like the little chorus you had going on, but I really liked in the beginning. You said something about bones, and then you started talking about the clavicle and the mandible and humorous and all of that. I like how you did that. That was very good wordplay, very lyrical. I love lyrical rappers in general. Like, make me listen to the words. Now I love my hard beats, pause, and all that. But when it's just me like chilling or just, you know, I'm listening to music and it's just me, I'm not headed out or trying to do any partying or working out or anything like that. I'm just listening to the music. I love when it's super lyrical because it makes me tune in. I'm like, wait, what did she say? That is what I'm talking about. I love music like that. And it puts a smile on my face because it shows the talent. It shows the work. It shows all of that is needed to make a good song. when you got good lyrics, it doesn't even have to be super complicated, but just the fact that, one little line where you talking about the bones and then not talking about your clavicle coming at your mandible. You think I'm humorous, something. I don't even know what she said, but I'm going to play it back in a second because I actually want to hear that again. But just when it's simple like that, but it's still lyrical, it's still well thought out, it's still clever, it's intelligent. I like that style of stuff, especially when it comes to rap. And I love that coming from the ladies too. And I'm going to tell you why. Okay. We got, Lotto, Sexy Red. All right, y'all cool for the club, but show me your lyrical talent and what you really, have to talk about. Give me some substance. Give me something beyond I'm in the club. And I'm being polite with my words here, but it's just, when every song is the same and you talking about the same things and performing the same acts and I got the same curves and same amount of money, like, that's cool. Don't get me wrong. I like those types of songs too, but I like them when I'm going out. I like them when I'm about to party with my friends. I like them when I'm trying to, hang out with a shorty at the club. That's not what I'm trying to listen to every single day or every single moment of the day. Like, I want to hear some substance. I want to hear something that's going to make me think a little bit. I want to hear something that I consider to be clever. And so I shout out to Mecca because she's one of those types of artists where you are a lyrical rapper where I want to hear it again because you said some clever lines. That's what I'm talking about. So in the spirit of that, I am going to play it over again. Struggle streaming, y'all. I'm going to get this streaming thing down and I'm going to figure it out and I'm going to make it more seamless than what it is now. But thank you for bearing with me. We struggle streaming.
On 5. Yeah. Game over. I got a bone to pick with you. Ain't talking clavicle. They can see where it's not, but I'm telling you, it won't be what these knuckles hit your mandible. Listen, don't ever think that you were tangible, nigga. That's when the guy that come and toss you, gon' fit your posture. Cause talk around will get you rocked like Chris at the Oscars. Hit them up. This more than the basics, no, this more like the bases. Building from the basement, the top so close can taste it. Lighting them up. I know the truth is blunt, don't wanna face it, but you gon' have to face this, embrace it. Game over. Red rum, red roses, it's done, it's over. They don't stand a chance with this pen and my holster. Pull out, cop back, shoot the 6, no revolver. Run out, then reload, oh, we loaded. It's that red rum, red roses, it's done, it's over. They don't stand a chance with this pen and my holster. Pull out, cop back, shoot the 6, no revolver. Run out, then reload, oh, we loaded with it, yeah.
That was fire. It deserved that second go around. That was fire. See, that's the type of stuff make me play it back again. For real. Like, that's what I'm talking about. I love that kind of stuff. So I just checked out the chat. I did not realize my boy Justin came in the chat. Pause. And play his mixtape. What mixtape, Justin? What mixtape? Now I know he gonna have some jokes to say, but my boy. Send it on over, man. Send it on over. I'll play it if you have one. He ain't got one, y'all. He ain't got one. So just let me tell you about this boy. Let me tell you about Justin, man. So I met Justin in college. Really one of my very close friends. And we got to talk more. I'm gonna call you maybe this evening, either tonight or tomorrow. I'm gonna call you. But my boy always got some sort of jokes or something slick to say, and he called me out for my pause moments in the show, and that's why I really pay attention now, because I was saying it. I got two into it from watching Cam and Mace on It Is What It Is every single day. I watch their show every day, and so they call each other out. And so now I just kind of naturally call myself out when I say something crazy. And Justin hit me up and was like, man, you be having me dying on all the pause moments. You didn't pause here. You didn't pause here. You said this, you said that. So now that's why I have incorporated it into the show where you see the whole little pause symbol pop up. Or if I say something crazy, I make him drink for it. And if you're going to drink, please drink responsibly. But that's the little running joke that we got. So I have to put that out there. So I see he's still talking in the chat too. Hey, shout out to you, Justin. Love you, brother. Go ahead and take a shot. Take a shot right quick. Drink on up. But I hope everything's going well with him down there. He's down in the A. So I hope he's having fun down there. But I'm going to pick out the next video to react to. So give me 2 seconds. But in the meantime, did y'all hear about this Netflix merger? What do y'all think about that? I am a little bit excited for it. I'm mad because I know the price about to go up. I know yesterday's price is not today's price. And y'all already rose the price up when you brought these ads in. And I don't like the ads. So I had to pay. So I did not see. That was the whole reason I got Netflix. I don't want no ads. Nope. I'm ad free, baby. But anyway, so they merged with HBO and Warner Brothers. I'm kind of excited for that Warner Brothers merger though, because I think they're going to bring back some of the OG cartoons and keep them rolling. And if they do, I'm reliving my childhood all over again. I need that Batman. I need that Superman. I need the Green Lantern. I need Justice League back. I need all that. But also with HBO switching over, HBO got some fire shows, man. HBO got some fire shows. And I don't have HBO, so I'm excited, but I know that price about to be crazy. I know that price is about to be crazy. So I'm gonna go to this one. Yeah, I found it. We struggle streaming, y'all.
I'm wrong. So I took this girl to Trulux and she orders the prime ribeye medium with the king crab truffle butter. It looked amazing. She doesn't finish it, puts them to go back. We end up leaving. I drop her off at her place. She gives me the weakest side hug ever. I was like, all right, I can tell. I'm never probably going to see you again. I was fine with that, but cool. I get to driving up the street. I'm probably 3 minutes up the road, and I see her calling, and then I look in the back seat, and I see the to-go box. Am I wrong for putting my phone on do not disturb? I hit her back once I got home, but am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
Hey, so I don't know if y'all heard. I might have been talking over that part, but I guess homie took Shorty out to eat. She ordered some steak and crab and something else or something. I think he said truffle butter or something. Hey, first of all, she was eating good. But then, so I guess when when they left, he took her home or whatever, and then he got the old side hug. Now, every dude knows what the side hug means. Every dude knows. We don't want, first of all, ladies, stop giving us the side hug. We don't want no dick. Y'all about to have me cussing on YouTube. We don't want no damn side hug. Ugh. Get out of here with that. If you don't like him, just say you don't like him. You know what I'm saying? Say you don't like him, pay for your meal, and leave. But homie took you steak and crab. Steak and crab. You can't afford 2-arm hug for steak and crab. I ain't saying you gotta kiss them, but damn. And then this is where she messed up at. She done left her to-go box in dude's car. So dude get to driving home, and as he's halfway down her street, he sees the phone ring, and he looks and sees the box in the back. And he kept driving home. I'm not gonna lie, it's funny. I don't eat beef, so I wouldn't have did nothing with it. But I probably wouldn't have called. I probably wouldn't have answered that phone either. I probably wouldn't have answered the phone either. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not mad at dude. I think, shoot, I'd have ate the rest of that crab though. I'd have ate the rest of that crap. Hey, listen, I ain't mad at you, bro. I ain't mad at you. Hey, City Boys up 1,000 on that one. I am not mad at you. Look, don't hate me in the comments. These are all just jokes. But hey, she thought she got away with it because she left it. Hey, shout out to the brother though. Do your thing, bro. You made it. You made it. All right, now I want to shout out another person that I follow. Her name is Jess, and she does cooking Instagram. So y'all go check her out. It's Jess Me TV. I kind of like that little play on words, even though it's hard to say. Now, what she's making here is the Christmas crack. Now, I am not the biggest fan of Christmas crack. It's okay. It's not like I'm not going to eat a lot of it or anything. I'm not a big sweets person either, so I'm really just not going to. But this looks kind of good. That looks kind of good. I'm not going to lie. And that is kind of the perfect thing to do for like a small gift for somebody. It's easy to make. And then, you know, you can make it your own special different ways. You can put, you know, different chocolates and different ingredients is what I'm saying. You can put your own spin on it, but I think it's the perfect little thing that you can send out, you know, as like a little gift. It doesn't look super expensive to make. It's not too labor intensive, and it's just like a nice little, you know, even if you want to have it as a snack for yourself. But shout out to her. Y'all go follow her on Instagram as well. She's got other videos as well. She does a lot of videos for desserts and things like that. I'm always posting it up on my candles page, but y'all go check her out. She's got a nice little Instagram going. She plays some nice music while she does it. So, you know, check it out. She also gives you the recipe. You can't really see it right now because my face is in the way, but she gives you the recipe and instructions on cooking, and that's all in the caption. So go check her out. Just trying to share out some other people who I follow and who I support so that, you know, they can get big too. We want everybody to get big over here. Pause. That was crazy. But yeah, my favorite thing that I saw her make, she did like a rum pound cake or something like that. Man, that thing looks so good. I couldn't find that video, but that thing looks so good. When I saw it, I was like, man, can I get a piece of that? Please. Can I get a piece of that? Now, the next video I want to talk about, this one's gonna be a little controversial. Shout out to my homie T.I. But it's actually him expressing his thoughts on church. And I can kind of relate to it. I didn't grow up in this kind of church, but I do understand what he's talking about. I understand where he's coming from. And I just wanted to share a couple of thoughts that I have about it. So I'm going to pull it up. I gotta turn this out.
You know what I'm saying? I grew up in a house with a strong, praying, tambourine bumping grandmama. You know what I'm saying? My auntie, strong, very, very strong in prayer. So I know how to pray and I know the word. You know what I'm saying? I know God is real and I've seen the presence in the hand that he's had in my life. I just ain't never felt the connection with church.
Why?
Man, I don't know. It just ain't. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't think it's real. You know what I'm saying? I think that it's a business just like anything else. And it's a show just like anything else. You know what I mean? Just like you go to Broadway, you see a show. I feel like it's just like somebody standing up and public speaking, just like you get like a TED Talk. And a lot of times they be putting a lot of cap on it. And when I say cap, I'm saying cap in the action. The word is the word. I've never been like a church person. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in a house with a strong, praying, tambourine bumping. Sometimes they try to grandmama. You know what I'm saying? My auntie, strong, very, very strong in prayer. So I know how to pray and I know the word. You know what I'm saying? I know God is real. All
right, I don't know what's happening with the sound, but I'm gonna just go straight off of what he was talking about. So basically, you know, he was saying that, you know, he believes that God is real. He has some sort of spiritual connection and religious aspect within his life, but he also doesn't believe in the church too much. And I've had a lot of friends who have felt that way. I have felt that way with particular churches, not with my own particular church. And I want to say shout out to my pastor right quick, because he came into our church and he's actually retiring. So I really want to shout him out, but he came into our church and he really kind of set the standard for me when it came to how I relate to the church and what I like to see within the church. I've always been somebody who's gone to church and things like that. Not always regularly. I was a lot more regular when I was younger in life. And I think that's true for a lot of people. I think it's all a cycle. I think sometimes you have your times where you go and you're going very faithfully. I think sometimes you hit that moment. I call it the Simba moment. I equate it to the Lion King. It's that time where you're kind of away from the pride, you're away from the group, and you're kind of figuring things out on your own, and then you might have something that brings you back. But at the same time, you want to be in an environment where you feel like you're actually learning something and you feel like you can relate to what's going on, right? And especially, I think this has been from more like televised incidences, but you have these churches where it's kind of just they putting on for show, or they doing things where, you know, people are leaving because some of the stuff doesn't make sense. There was a guy, and I wish I would have saved this video, but there was a guy recently who he was in church and he had the offering, and you know, a lady came down with her son to put into the offering plate, and this fool denied them. It was, well, this ain't what I asked you for. What? What are you talking about? You don't live in any specific number from anyone. And then she's standing there and she's being so nice and humble about it. She's, well, you know, Pastor, I wasn't able to get that much. I can, but this is what I have as of right now. And well, that's not what I told you to do. And then still took her check. Hey, bro, if you gonna criticize her, at least give her check back. Like, what you doing? And it's that type of stuff where it's like people see that and it turns them off from church and religion altogether. And it's like, here's the thing. What we need to remember is, first of all, we all humans. We all gonna make mistakes. Even the pastor's gonna realize he's human. He's gonna make mistakes. Nothing's gonna be perfect. None of that. And I'm not trying to push religion on anybody. I want to make that clear. I'm just talking about this and from my perspective. But the thing is like, that's the type of church where Jesus would have walked in and turned that whole place upside down, because that's not how you're supposed to act, especially when you are the leader of people. If you're being looked at as the leader of people, leaders got to lead regardless. You can't get mad at somebody that they, when they're giving all that they can give. That you shouldn't be, you should not be fleecing people for money. If you have to do that, then you need to come up with a new strategy. You need to come up with a new strategy. You should not be. There was another pastor. He was, and I need y'all to put in for the G6 jet fund. The what? The what? The jet fund? Are you crazy? You let God be everywhere. You don't need to be everywhere. Get out of here with that. That's crazy. Yeah, Justin, the jet fund is crazy. Y'all tripping on that. And it's just like, and there's a whole new sector of Christianity. It's called like the prosperity Christianity. No, get out of here with that. Ain't nobody saying nothing about that. God asked for 10%. God asked for 10%, because what's God gonna do with your money? Nothing. The only thing is there does need to be institutions for the leaders to lead. But here's the thing that we have to put on them. They have to lead correctly. And this is where our own personal discernment has to come in. You can't just claim you a leader and then start talking about the jet fund. I'm sorry. No, ain't nobody doing none of that. You can't just come in and talk about, and the pastor deserves a Benz or at least a BMW. You don't deserve nothing. You earn it. You don't just come in and talk about I deserve. No, you don't deserve nothing. Those are the types of places where I get up and leave. I ain't gonna lie to you. He would have watched me leave. He would have watched me leave. So I say that because I understand where T.I. is coming from. He's like, a lot of this stuff, it seems kind of like a farce because, you got humans who, they have brains too, and they can see that this is some BS. Like, we can see you. And that's what some people really need to understand. It's like, all right, then don't just go any and everywhere. You know what I mean? The same way you would look at, let's say, a doctor or something like that, where you would check their experience. Check these religious leaders' experiences. I don't want nobody talking to me talking about, I need money for the jet fund. The jet, where are we going? You taking the whole congregation on a trip? Because that's the only way we doing any type of jet fund. That jet is going to be partly mine if I'm paying for it. You must be crazy. Anyway, I'm going to move on. I'm gonna move on. We're going to do a couple more. And I want to end it on like a funny one. This one right here.
Wide receivers better than Jerry Jeudy.
I think I can name 55 receivers.
I can name 75.
I can name 93 wide receivers.
93 is great.
We can name 109 receivers better than Jerry Jeudy. The Bengals wide receiver trio, the Ravens wide receiver trio, the Steelers wide receiver trio, Isaiah Bond, the Bills wide receiver trio, the Jets wide receiver trio, the Dolphins wide receiver
always
duo,
gonna boo
the Patriots wide receiver core,
Broncos trio. We got the Chargers trio, Trey Tucker. We got the Chiefs trio. We got the Texans coach trio,
the Drag's entire receiving core,
Lions trio.
Vikings wide receivers, Bears wide receivers, Packers, that includes 5 Packers, Eagles, Malik and Wandell, Commanders, Luke McCaffrey the GOAT, Cowboys, and the Bucks.
Chris Olave, Panthers receiving core, Falcons receiving core, Ricky Pearsall and Jawan Jennings, Rams wide receiver core, Seahawks wide receiver core.
They going
Cardinals
through
wide
every
receiver
team in
core.
the
Ohio
league.
State's wide receiver
Damn, they
core.
went to college.
Chris Henry Jr.
They
included.
went to college.
USC's wide receiver duo, Malachi Tony, Skylar Bell, Cam Coleman, Spencer James, Asher.
Derwin
say
Davis,
Spencer James?
Tyreek Withers off the movie.
They
And
are
we
from-
singing
they
your
are
favorite
from
song,
TV
Tuesday.
shows.
Megatron, no ankle.
Tootsie is a
On
rapper.
Tussico right now off Nightcap.
Terrell
All of them are
Owens
retired.
right now. Jerry and Brendan Rice.
Every
my
tight end in
God.
the league. Us, you'll probably sitting at home. The most important one
said
of
us
all,
sitting at home.
Steve Smith Sr. off the broadcast. Anybody who's not gambling is better than Jerry Jeudy right now.
I can name 30
Oh
wide
my
receivers
goodness.
better than Jerry
Oh my
Jeudy.
goodness.
Yeah, I
They
can
just flamed him. Oh my goodness. Now I had watched that video before, but I didn't watch it like all the way through because I wanted to save it to get my natural reaction. Oh my God. They flamed him. Now, if Jerry Jeudy ever watches this video, I'm not sorry. You have the most drops in the NFL, bruh, and you are you are not playing well. You are not playing well. Yeah, Justin Spencer James. They brought in the dude off of a show, Derwin Davis. Okay, off the game. Like they better than you, bro. I don't think Jerry Jeudy is a number one wide receiver, but he is. And then, you know what made me mad? A couple games ago, he had the nerve to go over there and yell at Shador after he dropped a pass. I'm like, you dropped a pass. Who you yelling at, bruh? Who do you think you are? You yelling at somebody and you dropped a pass. You lead the league in drop passes, and you have led the league since game one. You must be crazy. Out your rabbit ass mind. No, I'm sorry. You get no love on that one, Jerry Jeudy. They flamed you and you deserved it. All right, let's move on. We're going to move on. This one is just funny to me.
It's coming out with the Steam Machine. It's a PC, but you can plug and play it onto your TV. Like a console. What do you mean console? Steam has my games on it. Yeah. Get Xbox on the line right now. What do you want? Did you know about this? Know about what? I'm on the other line arguing with TikTok and Instagram Reels. Steam's coming out with a console. Console? I thought it was just a PC. You plug it into the TV, you start playing games. Damn. These niggas made a console. Well, I knew they were cooking up something. Why do you think I gave up? You could have warned me about this. They can play some of my games on that thing. How do you think I feel? They can play all my games on that thing. This is a catastrophe. Who are you telling? I'm a Microsoft console. Now you can run Microsoft on another console. Right? It's gonna play games at 4K, 60 FPS with FSR. It's gotta be like $2,000, right? Brokies can't afford that. Steam keeps taking my ideas. I'm about to release the Xbox ROG Ally XXX''X Charles X Xavier, and no one's gonna get it now. They're gonna be the only console that doesn't require payment just to use online services. Damn, why didn't we think about that? We did! and then we started charging them. Oh yeah.
See, that's what y'all
I don't think they really
That's
enjoyed
what
that.
y'all get.
By the way, you talked with Nintendo yet? I'm about to call them right now. Okay, tell them I said hi. What? No, I'm not doing that. Why aren't you panicking? I told you. I already gave up. I already knew about this. Listen, my games are everywhere now. I'm out of the console war. I'm free. I'm looking at beautiful skies, luscious trees. Sega says hi, by the way. Nigga, screw both of y'all. Put Nintendo on the line now. I'm gonna have a heart attack.
Hey, Xbox still mad about
Horizon?
And
On a different console?
I'm about to have to get PS5.
You're on speaker. What do you want? Hey, man, did you know about this?
First of all, I
know
wanna
about
play a lot of
what?
games,
Steam
so I definitely wanna
has a
play
console. I thought that thing was just a PC. You plug it into the TV, you start playing. Look, did you know about this or not? Yeah, I heard something about something coming out at some point, but why do I care? It's a cube-shaped console with an extensive library of games that resonates in the hearts of all gamers. They stole my whole flow. Bar for bar. You gotta sue them or something, right? You gonna do that, right? I'm gonna sue them because the device is shaped like a cube? Do I look like the type of company that would sue somebody over a minute and petty grievance?
Yes.
I'll have my lawyers work something in the morning.
I knew it was
Because this
coming.
thing comes out, we're all doomed. This is a Japanese company, brother. I don't speak French. Plus, my games aren't even on Steam. I don't care. It's also a PC. So, a PC that can operate Windows. So, which then can be used to emulate video games. Wait, are you telling me this thing can play Breath of the Wild? Not legally, but yes. Serious, sir. Steam is coming out with the Steam Machine.
I'm not gonna lie. That was funny. I like whoever did that video. I've never seen his videos before except for this one. That was funny, but I'm not gonna lie. So the one part where I think is karma, first of all, I don't know much about Steam, and that controller looks garbage, but I think it's funny that they about to drop a console, and they're gonna make all the games free to, like, they're gonna make their network free. That's what PlayStation and kind of Xbox get, because they were supposed to come out with their network for free. At least PlayStation was. That was PlayStation's whole platform. Oh, we gonna make our thing for free. And then the next thing you know, they start charging. That was one of the reasons I low-key stopped playing on PlayStation Network, because I didn't want to pay for that and Xbox and everything else. Just let me be on the network for free. I don't even use half the network stuff. So just let me be on there for free. And now, yeah, Justin's like, I'm paying $17 a month for PS5. Yeah, no, screw that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that at all. I barely want to pay Xbox. And it's like, you have to, just so you can play with other people. What happened to the days of your friends coming over to your house and y'all can play on the same TV screen? Now, the screen was a little bit smaller, but like, I'd much rather do that. That $17 a month, we could have spent on a pizza. I'm just saying. Now, Steam's by a little bit. I think it's going to change the game a little bit. Also, with all these consoles becoming cross-platform, man, people just going to buy whatever it is they want now. And I'm kind of here for it, but at the same time, I'm like, y'all about to lose a lot of money. Oh, hush, Justin. It is not big bag behavior. You missed the whole other point. It was, all right, bring my friends over, and the $17 that we would have spent on a subscription, we could spend on a pizza and all play a game together. That was the point. See, I don't know if y'all are in the chat, but always got some slick stuff to say, Justin. Always. But it's cool. It's cool. It's all good. But yeah, this is, and then that whole bit about Nintendo. Now, I was talking to my homie Aaron Animal, and he has a personal grievance, we'll put it, with Nintendo, especially with the Switch 2. And I don't know everything about it. He was telling me, and then he started speaking technology and foreign language. So, but I thought it was funny because I do know that they like to file lawsuits for all the little small things. And that part where he was like, does it look like we're that type of company? And you see dude just pause, and it's like, yes, y'all are that type of company. That was hilarious. Shout out to dude for the accuracy on that one. That was good. I really enjoyed that video. But I am excited to see what comes along. I think we are a little too new with some of these consoles to just keep coming out with new consoles. Like, I don't know. That's just, they doing so much. You know what I'm saying? Like, they are doing too much. I can't keep up. Like, what happened to when you had a console and it lasted for about 5 years, maybe 10 years? This is it's getting crazy. So who knows? But we gonna wrap it on up. I'm gonna wrap it up with maybe 2 more posts for y'all. I got one right here. Shout out to Tyrese.
Day, literally doing the best we can. And God, I don't care what you say, God loves me from where I am.
Yep.
You may have figured some shit out faster than me, quicker than me, before me. Shut up. I'm doing the best I can with every 24 hours I get. I don't want what you have. I don't want your wife. I don't want your career. I don't want your songs. I don't want nothing that's got to do with nothing that you have. I just want what God has in mind for me. And if you are successful, if you are accomplished, and you are someone that have achieved certain things that I haven't gotten to yet, you just showing me what's possible. But I still don't want it because you have it. Thank you for showing me what's possible. Because once you plant the seed, then at some point, I'm going to get to my own mansion. We are all waking up every single day, literally doing the best we can.
So that's just straight up facts. And that's kind of how I try to be. We all have our moments. We all have our downfalls. But that's how I try to be over here, right? I think that, you know, we all can be successful. I think it's going to take work. But I want all my friends to be successful as well. And I'm not going to hate on them for their success. I don't want what they have necessarily. Now, I might want, you know, the overarching theme of what they may have. I have a couple friends who are married. I want to get married one day, but I don't want that exact person that they have. Y'all understood what he was saying. Don't be out here comparing yourself to somebody else in that way, because one, what they have might not be meant for you. But then on the other side of that, whenever you're comparing yourself to somebody else and doing all of those sorts of things, you take away from the possibilities that are within your own life. Don't compare yourself to others. You don't live the same life as somebody else. You haven't walked the same steps. You haven't been in their shoes. You haven't been on their journey in the exact same way. So don't expect the exact same results. You got to make this journey yours. Now, like he said, when you see somebody reach success, you now see what's possible, and you get a roadmap to get there. Use it, but apply it to yourself and make that the way that you are successful. Right? So I'm going to get on to the last one, and then we're going to close on out. This one is just a picture. Shout out to David Goggins, because he is in the picture. And these are goals for 2026. 2026 is coming. Delete those negative people out your life. Forget your past and forgive yourself for your past as well. You know, a lot of us have a lot of things that we are carrying with us. Hey, let them things go. Accept the mistakes that you made and learn from them. And use that to restart your life. At any moment, you are able to turn your life around. At any moment, you are able to make a change. You are able to restart. You are able to turn things around for the better. So I know 2025 might have been rough, but let's make 2026 better, right? So I'm going to end on that, on the reactions. Thank y'all for bearing with me while I struggle through. Shout out to my in-chat commentary from my boy Justin. Also, if y'all, I don't know if y'all watched the Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua fight. If you did, cool. If you didn't, don't go watch that. It was not that good. But Dave Chappelle announced that he dropped a new special on Netflix during the fight, and it came on directly after the fight. I suggest everybody go check that out. It was very powerful. It was funny, but it was one of those things where you really had to pay attention to what he was talking about to really, really get the full jokes. I laughed, but also it was a lot of history as well. And just, you know, Dave is a storyteller. He's always been a storyteller, but this was a really good special. So y'all go check that out. Also, I want to do a quick album of the week. Shout out to Nas. Nas dropped an album a couple weeks ago, and it is fire. It is called Light Years, and it's Nas and DJ Premier. I like this album because DJ Premier, he gives it that old like 90s flow, that like 90s feel, where it's, you know, the old school New York style beats, kind of boom bap type of beats and things like that. And then Nas just comes with the lyrics, man. Nas comes with the lyrics like how he normally does. Pause. Before Justin gets me, pause. But my top 3 songs from there: Get Ready, Junkie, and Sons. Y'all go check it out. Let me know what y'all think. Hit me up in the comments. I am going to go through, edit this video, and possibly put it back out. I got to check and see what the live looks like and all of that. But thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you to all my subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Thank you all. Thank you all for helping me get up to over 750 subscribers. I know the milestone was for 700, but y'all really showed out on this one to help me get even more. I appreciate you all. Please, let's keep it going. Next milestone is going to be 800, and then we're going to do some more reactions during that. I'm going to do them every 100 until we get to 1,000. And then for 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to do something super special. I'm going to do a whole super special, different live stream, different things like that. I got some other things in the works that I want to do, and I'm going to talk about those as the channel continues to grow. The next video will come out this week coming up. I may actually get it done tomorrow. We're going to continue. I'm going to do my last video on the networking series. So I'm going to continue with that. And then I'm going to shift gears into some other stuff. So be on the lookout. Thank you all. Once again, thanks for tuning in. Check us out online. Curated Topics on Instagram. CuratedSenseLLC.com. Curated_sense_LLC on Instagram. Y'all have a good night. Happy Sunday and happy holidays, everybody. Hope everybody has a great one. Good night.
Your father knows about saving.